Hundreds of people are moving to the greater Phoenix area every single day. That's thousands of people a month. Look, we helped over 100 families last year relocate to the greater Phoenix area. And let me tell you, we are going to cover the 5 biggest mistakes that home buyers make when buying in the greater Phoenix area. So if you're thinking of buying out here, you're not going to want to miss this, because some of this is shocking. Hello, this is Sheryl Willis over at The Real Agent Now. And if this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to smash that subscribe button and click that little bell there so that you are notified each and every time I release a new video, which is once a week. You don't want to miss it. Look, we are getting dozens of calls every single day. We love it. We want to hear from you. If you are thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area or even just have any questions, pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. Buying a house in any city is not easy today. It's downright frustrating, to be honest with you, as a buyer. So many of you might be pressured into doing some of these things that are going to come back and bite you.
A mistake. Mistakes are all we see, young man.
So let's cover them from 1 to 5. Number 1, you don't have enough money saved. Look, it's not easy to save money in today, not when you're paying inflated rents. And of course, everything else has gone up in price. Everything from services to food to insurance to gasoline. I know it's hard, but do not try to come into any real estate market and waste any more time. Here's what you want to do. You want to buckle down. You want to get into a very fine, detailed budget. You do not want to over rent. People feel that way. If they can't get into a house, gosh darn it, I'm going to get into a nice rental. You know what? We just helped a couple from Hawaii that have lived in an 800 square foot, 1-bedroom condo for the last 4 years so that they could save their money and buy their dream home in the amazing Ahwatukee foothills. And they got the home of their dreams. You know why? Because they saved enough money. Okay, number 2. Do not choose house over location. Look, there's kind of a double thing. Number 1, know that the further out you go, there's going to be newer homes and nicer homes because they're newer and they have less wear and tear, and there is a much longer commute. We used to call it commute to qualify. Like, you're only qualified to buy this much, so we'll go out further. Let me tell you, you don't want to buy a home and have to change your whole lifestyle. You want to find a home that fits your lifestyle. And that does mean location. I just recently sold a beautiful home in Santan Valley because a young couple couldn't afford to buy a home in Chandler a few years ago. So they decided, this is before I knew them, they decided to buy a home out there. It was a beautiful home, mountain view, gorgeous. And once they moved out there permanently, they thought, this is not for us. And that's when they called me and asked if we could sell their home right away, because they wanted to move back to Chandler because it was too far out there. It didn't have the resources, amenities, friends, activities, and the things that they loved the most. The second part about choosing house over location that's really important, don't forget, even builders are starting to do, they're building infill inside our city, and they are masquerading the area or the neighborhood by, of course, building these beautiful homes, and there's beautiful community amenities. And I love how they add the gated community in there. You don't think that's for a reason? They failed to mention what you have to drive through to get into their beautiful community, and maybe look up the crime rate in that zip code. Look, trying to buy online is not impossible, but without a real estate professional, it's a shot in the dark. Okay, number 3, the size does matter. This could go both for buying too big of a home and too small of a home. Whenever you are looking to buy a home, I know that we are looking for the pretty homes. And so in order to maybe get the nicer, remodeled, updated home, you want to go down in size. Well, let me tell you, you're going to start feeling that like the walls are crushing in on you. you need to, before you even start looking at homes, really try to figure out what size home works for you. And I realize we all have, champagne dreams and beer budgets, but at least start with what would be ideal. Like if you have 2 children, don't consider having them share a bedroom. Like try and if you work from home and have 2 children, that would be a 4-bedroom home, or maybe a room, an area that is set aside for a true office, not the kitchen or the dining room. This is super important. I'm telling you, do not try to squeeze this size of a family and a need into this house just because it's pretty. You can always make a home pretty, but it's extremely expensive to make it larger. Then on the flip side about size, don't overbuy. I know people all think they want really big yards and they think they want really big homes. Well, don't forget, really big means really big cost, maintenance, utilities, upkeep, time. It all plays in to having a healthy life and enjoying Arizona. Look, my kids just came over for the big holiday weekend. I have a beautiful swimming pool with a water feature. I have beautiful palm trees. I've lived in my home for a while. I have a big grassy area for the kids and my dog. I have a pergola. I have all this stuff. You would think that I live on a 10,000 square foot lot or bigger. And you know what? I have a 7,500 square foot lot. It has everything to do with how the house is placed on that lot. So when you're shopping, thinking again what you need, because let me tell you, when I had to redo the concrete in my backyard, it was a difference if I only had to put $15,000 in, but you know what, if I had a bigger yard, it might have been 25. Or how about when I tore out all my plants and put in new plants? That was a hefty $3,000, but let me say, if it was a much larger home, it probably would have been 10. My turf is going to be $5,000. Thankfully, it's not that big, but if you're having a lot of turf, which is a great thing to do right now with the drought upon us, think about a grass that's going to cost you $10,000 to $15,000. So really, let's talk about exactly what you need for your lifestyle and then plan out for about 5 to 7 years and make sure you're shopping for the right home. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is style over structure. Again, I'm to blame too, because let me tell you, squirrel, bling. Oh, I'm all about bling, right? When you see those homes that have been incredibly upgraded, updated, remodeled, and staged, and I do stage all my listings, we make sure that they have the power of eye candy. You want to make sure that if you're buying your home, whether you're here in Arizona or you're doing it virtually, you're really looking past that style and you're looking at the structure. Structure is no fun to have to put money into. Look, it's easy to put a $50,000 remodel in your home when you get to pick out all new granite, maybe new windows, maybe changing walls, all new floor, but it is no fun putting $25,000 in new windows, $30,000 for a new roof, $15,000 for new AC. You want to make sure that the home is sound over style. And number 5, the most important thing to think about is using the right realtor. I know you're probably thinking, of course you would say that, but give me just a couple minutes. Let me tell you why. Number 1, from being a realtor, can't you tell I love numbers? Boy, do I love numbers. And it goes to this number 1 as to using the right realtor. Make sure you're using a realtor that has the inside information, not just on homes on the market, but what is going on in the market, the lending world, how many homes are selling and active, and what contingencies are needing, how to write a strong offer, what kind of inspections you want to do ahead of time, resources, referrals. Let me tell you, inside information makes all the difference. If you're working with a realtor that's relatively new, which is what you'll find on when you click on Redfin or click on Zillow, those are all brand new realtors that are now taking internet leads and have to pay a very hefty referral fee because they don't have any other business. You want to work with someone, not even, let me tell you, I love how agents, it's actually kind of ingrained in us when we first graduate from real estate school. You want to become your neighborhood expert. Well, just because you live in the neighborhood doesn't make you an expert by any means. In fact, if they're new and they are a neighborhood expert, what if you find a home that's just outside of that neighborhood? You're going to be in a world of hurt. And it is really hard to leave someone that you've already spent time with. With our buyers, let me tell you, we have expertise throughout the greater Phoenix area. Not that I want to brag, but I've been in the business for 18 years. We have 4 buyer agents that are constantly scoping, combing, boots on the ground all over the greater Phoenix area. We belong to the largest brokerage here in Phoenix. Over 4,000 agents are with EXP, and we have relationships with lenders, title companies, agents. This is what makes the difference, and understanding the pulse of the market. Let me tell you, when I hear buyers that say that they're working with a realtor and they've written 10 offers and they can't get in, and they think it's because it's all cash buyers, it's because they're working with an agent that doesn't know what they're doing. The second reason that's super important that you're working with a realtor is because our MLS system still trumps Zillow and Redfin, hands down. Here's what happens. The whole A home goes on the market and it goes off the market. So they're just going up and down, up and down. If you didn't save them to watch to see what's going on, you have no idea. You really have no idea what's on the market, what's off the market. And there's even websites that still say that it's active and available. In fact, I had a client that contacted me saying, oh, that house I really liked in Peoria, it's back on the market. So I was like, how is that possible? So I go to look and I said, whatever website you're looking at, if you'll scroll through it in great detail, will you look to see if there's a word contingent and maybe a little small? Sure enough. Yep. What's happening is there's so few homes available in today's market that these websites are taking advantage of the way we note a property is available. In our MLS system right here in the greater Phoenix area, you have either active, which means it's completely active, as long as the listing agent does it right. You have under contract accepting backup offers. That's UCB. And the secondary websites, anything that says UCB will still market the listing as active. Look, I just gave you our secret. And let me tell you why listing agents still have that UCB status. It's because they are accepting backup offers, and they also still want to get the calls from Zillow and Redfin because they're trying to drum up buyer leads as well. Let me tell you, it's not as obvious. Like, what's really going on? There's a whole nother world, and I'll tell you all about it. All right, number 3, why you want your own realtor to represent you. Let me tell you, I know people traditionally, historically, have loved to contact a listing agent. I get it all the time. And here's what I say to anyone that calls me, because this is how it starts. Hi, Sheryl, I saw your listing at da-da-da. I'm fully pre-qualified. I have cash for down payment, and I don't have a realtor. That is supposed to entice me. And some agents will give in. But you know what? The fiduciary responsibility to the listing agent, for the listing agent, is the seller. So if my job is to get the seller as much money as possible, how am I going to help you? Many buyers think that they're going to get a discount if there's only one agent. Nope, that listing agent will take both sides of the commission. They make twice as much money. The seller still gets way over list price because if you're the buyer, you're going to pay for it. And the buyer gets limited to no representation. Why would you do that? Let me tell you, we have had unbelievable success getting our clients into contracts, making sure that they get the inspections and the time they need in order to really make sure this is the right home. Let me tell you, there's a lot of agents out there right now that just say, waive everything. Well, that's not necessarily the case. And again, we have relationships with agents. So we're able to get a lot of people into homes that are not on the market because you're working with such an amazingly large brokerage right here at Go Arizona Real Estate. All right, the number 5 and the most important part is that our fee is built into the purchase price, It doesn't actually cost a buyer separate funding to pay for that representation. It is going to be the listing agent's going to keep it for themselves. Why would you want to call them? Why would you want to call a neighborhood expert? Why would you want to miss out on 10 homes that you absolutely love? Why would you not want to see the homes that don't hit MLS, which don't hit Zillow? Because you're going to want to call us right now. Even if you're thinking about buying in a year or 2 years, we have so many people that we have built relationships. And pick up that call, pick up that phone right now, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix area, and we will make sure you don't make any of those mistakes that I brought up. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Call now.